So what does it feel like to you when you're tuned in to that source energy? It feels like interest, or it feels like enthusiasm. It feels like love. It feels like appreciation. It feels like lack of resistance. It doesn't feel like jealousy, and it doesn't feel like guilt, and it doesn't feel like blame, and it doesn't feel like wanting to make trouble for someone. It doesn't feel like hatred. It feels like love. It doesn't feel like confusion. It feels like clarity. It doesn't feel like fear. It feels like autonomy and strength and invincibility. When you are in sync with your source energy, with your inner being, you feel wonderful in that moment. So we want to play with you together today, and we want to talk about anything that matters to you, and we want to help you to come to a really personal and really clear awareness that in every moment that you are focused here in your physical body upon any subject, that you have source energy, that's all of us, focused with you on the subject of your interest, on the subject that has your attention. We are focused upon the subject that has your attention for so many reasons. First, you're the leading edge of thought, and we like being out there on the leading edge with you. Next, if it is your interest, it is our interest, because your leading edge thought leads us too. So we're focused with you on whatever it is that you are focused upon, and you can feel the harmony or lack of it that you have accomplished in the moment of your attention on a subject. You can feel how in sync with us you are or not. The more in sync you are with the whole of you, the better you feel. The more out of sync you are, the worse you feel. But here's something that we really want you to know. We're not saying to you that you should never, ever, ever have an out of sync thought with your inner being. In fact, we are saying something very different to you. We're saying you are on the leading edge, and you came here to have out of sync thoughts from your inner being because you're here discovering new things that you want. And in the discovery of those new things, you don't have your balance. We do. So when you focus upon something that causes you to be agitated or fearful, that very fear or agitation, that very experience of negative emotion is your indicator that you're out on the leading edge, bleeding edge, leading edge, bleeding edge, and that you're focused in a way that the source within you is not, which means you have a sort of guiding light vibration. You can find your way back. It's not that your inner being is not focused upon what you're focused upon. It's that your inner being is seeing it through the eyes of source. Your inner being is seeing the value in it. And so as we play together today, the thing that we want most for you is that you will come to know that even in your moments of seeming separation, there's never separation or disconnect from your inner being. You just can't get loose of us. But in the seeming disconnect that is represented to you by some form of negative emotion, it's only your impression about the situation that is causing you the discomfort. It is never, ever, ever that someone in non-physical is disappointed in you or blaming you or seeing fault or lack in you. In other words, we want you, by the end of this conversation today, to be as proud of yourself when you are in a negative rampage as you are when you are flowing in a positive rampage, because it's all you and it's all us and it's all good and it's all fine and it's all part of creation and it's all part of expansion and it's what we all signed on for. And you play your part out there on the bleeding edge, and we play our part knowing who we all really are, and knowing when you know what you don't want, that you know what you do want. And when you know what you do want, because you've known what you don't want, you launch a rocket of desire, a rocket of energy, a vibrational rocket that is received by a non-physical, already in motion. We call it the vortex, but it is a vibrational reality where we always stand, that has momentum, where the law of attraction is gathering the cooperative components. And the only reason you ever feel bad about anything is because for some reason, and we know often it seems like a good reason to you, you are not being a cooperative component to your own desire. And you know, that's okay, because when you're launching new desires, you sort of got to warm up. You sort of got to warm up to what it really means. You've got to find a vibrational way into it, because sometimes you've picked up along your physical trail beliefs from your mother, who got it from her mother, who got it from her father, who got it from his father, or in other words, here you stand as an extension of source energy. Yes, indeed. But you're also an extension of those physical beings who've lived here before you, who have thought thoughts and had experiences and have launched thoughts and have told you things and have said to you, you're not deserving, or life isn't good, or life isn't easy. And when someone really believes that, then you know their life isn't easy. And then you witness them living a hard life and saying life isn't easy, and you believe it because you have the evidence right before you. And it is easier for you sometimes to believe those who are manifested right before your eyes. You can see them and hear them and smell them and taste them and touch them. And when they demonstrate whatever it is they demonstrate, it is easy to believe because your eyes and so forth show it to you. And then here's your inner being over here in this vibrational reality where you can't see or hear or smell or taste or touch. You can get to sense, you can get to know. And when you pay attention to your emotions, you can find your path of least resistance back to that knowing. But don't be hard on yourself because you believe things that you see. We just want you to become those powerful creators who can believe what you can't yet see. And in the belief of what you can't yet see, it will come into your visual reality. That's deliberate creation. Most people create by default, a sort of regurgitation. They see it, they don't like it, they talk about it, they catalog it and pigeonhole it, they make monuments about it. Everybody talks about it incessantly. And then all their gaps are filled in with things like it, until as a society, as a vibrational group of forward focused beings in this glorious creative experience, you sometimes create things that you do not want. We call that creation by default. We call it creating because it's easier to look at it than to find the feeling of what you really want. And we don't disagree with that.